Hi crafters and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 192. I am recording this early only because Wednesday night we had a lot of storms in the Chicagoland area. I mean major storms. And today, Thursday, they're expecting more. So I don't know if these strong storms come through on Thursday, if we might have power issues and internet issues. So I'm recording this a day early and saving it till Friday just to make sure that you guys get your episode. All right, here's where we left off on Wednesday. So we have our base card. This is 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. We have our next layer down, which is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we have these layering strips. So this is 3 1/8 by 7/8, 3 3/8 by 1 1/8, and 3 5/8 by 1 3/8. So I thought as I was thinking about this that maybe I would go like this and do my grading that way. But I really want to show that pretty paper. So we are going to leave it like we said on Wednesday, where we're going to layer these on top of one another. So you won't see much except for this top one here. What I'm going to do is, let me grab this from here. I am going to take my white craft pad and we're going to do a design. I thought at first that we would splatter, but I want a little more control. So we're going to put this down. Sorry, with the rain, my sinuses are just going crazy. So we're going to put this down and I'm going to figure out, I think I want to use this because I think this paper lends itself to wedding cards and anniversary cards and that type of sentiment. So I think I'm going to use Always and Forever. I don't think I've used that one yet, but it's hard saying. So it's a rather big stamp. So I actually want to see where that will lie and where I want to put my splatter. Sorry, so this way. So my Always and Forever will look good underneath there, but I want this to be, here, let me go like this. Let me go on a solid line here so I can get this straight going across and also have enough room. So here's my card straight along those lines. I'm right above it, so I'm going to go right there. And this is straight across this way too. All right. Let's put that over the side. Great thing about this is that you have those dots in there, which is another great background piece. I am going back to my A block that's retired only because when I did this wrong again. Are you guys screaming at me? All right. So here's this is what I want covered. I know you guys were yelling at me, saying, Roxy, stop. You're doing it wrong again. All right, so let's do here, because that's where my words will be. And let's do our dots above that. And especially with splatter, it would take a while for it to dry, because crafting does take a little bit of time to dry. But when I'm doing this and doing it this lightly, it shouldn't be that terribly bad. All right, let me move this over here while I wipe down. I'm going to close this just for a second while I wipe this down. Oh no, where'd my... Oh, it is right there. I thought I lost my little towel. Let's get that wiped up. And let's bring this back over. Now on this part, I am going to use, oh, that didn't sound good. I am going to use my Stampin' Positioner. Now I have put laminated strips here so the card will stay down and have like a little nestle area here to actually help control it and keep it in the same space. All right, let's put this how we want it. All right, let's get that white ink on there. I don't want to push too hard because I want the finite, the very thin, fine lettering to come through. So I'm only going to do a couple, and like I said, I'm not pushing down very hard. I think that looks good. It is, as it dries, going to, fade a little bit, but I think that looks great. All right, let me put my white pad back up there. And let's look at the embellishments that are available. I didn't get a lot of embellishments so far, just because every time they retire, I feel like I have a lot of embellishments left over. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to get my blends. Let me do that really quick. I think I'm going to do dark Blackberry Bliss. And I'm just going to color a few of these. And I feel like since we have so much area there that I can use a bigger pearl. Now, be aware that when you color these pearls, it is a large area. And for some reason, it's very hard on your blends too. And for some reason, it might be because of the humidity in the air, because it's very humid here, they aren't coloring very well. So let me see if I can go, let me go there. Those smaller ones are coloring a lot better. These big ones, for some reason, aren't coloring very well. So let's go ahead. Oh, but now that I'm buffing them off, I do like that look. A little more muted than that. So we'll stick with those large ones. How about that? You can see that last one there. It isn't the greatest colored, but let's go ahead. I'm just going to put a little bit on there. See, and I touched my cardstock now, which is what you don't want to do. So let's see if I can just kind of move that down over that spot. There we go. No harm, no foul. All right. So again, those are the antique pearls. They're one of the embellishments that have stuck around for a while. I do have to clean this all off. So I'll just put this over here for now. Let me grab out my, oh, hang on. I have to click my door because there's a squirrel on the deck trying to get into our birdseed. There, that scared him away. Sorry. I have a sliding glass door right over here that looks out on our deck. And Mr. Squirrel, after the rains last night, we brought in our bird buddy. So there is no peanuts and seed out there right now for them. So they're getting brave and coming up on the deck and trying to get into our little can. We have a smaller metal garbage can that has a handle that keeps the lid on, and they try to get in there thinking they're going to get here. He's back again. There. Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta get this done because gotta get out there and get the poor squirrels and their peanuts and the birds their seed before the rain comes again. All right, let me go ahead. This is the one I found. This may not have anything on it. It doesn't. We're at the end of that one. All right, let me find. I moved some stuff around, so I don't know if any of these have adhesive in them right now. Oh, this is one that's broken. All right, you know what? It's time to replace that one anyway. Let me see if I have any here that are going to work. Here we go. Wow, he's a persistent little guy. He's up at my door right now. Does he think I'm going to feed him? The reason I don't use the multi-purpose glue on this velvet meadow paper is because the glue soaks into that velvet and it gets splotchy and almost will go through the paper. So I don't like using glue on that designer series paper. All right. Ooh, I left that out. Sorry. So, oops, I didn't. Oh my goodness. All right. I don't want to turn that over because of the white. So I'm going to put my adhesive inside here because I know it'll go to the edge. Oh, silly squirrel. He's back. I really don't want to have to open my door because that'll really scare him. Go. Sorry. Anyway, so here's our card for the day. Let me show you the other cards I did yesterday while the storm was brewing. Here's, oh, did I drop one? I did. Here's one using that beautiful embossing folder. I got a new embossing folder, so it's not in the front space anymore. Oh my goodness. Here it is. And I know the name of it right offhand. I didn't look it up because I decided to do this video very quickly when I saw the forecast. But it's like Floral Spray or something like that. I'll look it up and I'll put it in the description. And then I used some of the old DSP I had left over and some of the old little stamped pieces I had from Flora and Fauna. What's that called? It was the die, the stamp and die set that matched up to the, oh, and I don't have it over here because it's retired, but it matched up to the washi paper. Oh, here it is. I do have it in here still. So instead of using this, I use the stamp set that is now retired, I believe. I'd have to look to see if it's on Last Chance. And just colored it in so that it would be similar to my color scheme in that old DSP. All right. So yeah, so this one, I cut this. Remember I told you that everything kind of stemmed from this? Originally, I was going to have 3 1 1/8 by 1 1/8 squares. But I felt like I did too many squares lately, and it was getting hard with those strips that I had them to actually come up with 3 very unique designs. So that's why I changed this to 1 1/8 by 3 3/8 for that middle piece. But then that piece I cut into 3 here. I should have used a lighter color here, but I'm using up my scraps. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up if you don't mind. Comment. Tell me what you do and don't like about these cards. I try to answer all comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. And that's it. Be safe in the storms that are going throughout the Midwest and East Coast on the upcoming today, and I think maybe going into tomorrow for the East Coast. But be safe. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.